We have free education, we have free healthcare, we have free housing. Once you reach 35, once you get married, you're entitled of applying your documents to get your free land, and then they give you a loan from the government to help you build your house.
Qatar in the Middle East. Citizens don't pay tax. Free healthcare. Free education. Free land. You apply for land at a certain age. I think when you finish your education, or there's some prerequisites. But as soon as you apply for the land, they give you the land for free. These are some of the few things that I can mention about the country Qatar. I'd like for you to watch this video. Listen to some of the citizens of Qatar, what they have to say about their country. And let me know what you think.
Somebody from here, like, what are you entitled to from the government?
We have free education, we have free healthcare, we have free housing. Once you reach 35, once you get married, you're entitled of applying your documents to get your free land, and then they give you a loan from the government to help you build your house. Again, because like we are a very small nation, and then the government is very rich, or the country is very rich. So this is their way of giving back to the people. People from Qatar are actually lucky, first of all.
Oh, right now that's the word.
We're actually lucky.
Yeah.
And then we're privileged to have
lucky and privileged
to have such government who cares about us as the people more than about themselves and about their chairs, let's say.
Actually, here the lowest income of the locals, it is $4,000 a month. And aside of this, education, medication, electricity and water free. Everybody living in Qatar, tax free. Qatar, it's a wealth country, and it is considered one of the richest countries in the world. The income which one is coming for the countries, it is oil and natural gas. I want you to just take a video on that, please. Just take a video there and come back to me. You see those villas? Those are for the locals. The locals here, the Qataris, they will not have one house. Minimum one house, and they will maximum for 3-4 houses. The first one is given by the government. The rest, they are the one who's buying it by their own.
Okay.
The local house and their personal home, they will never have one car. They will have minimum 4 cars. Now, Qatar is not relying too much on the tourism, but this is one of the plans. It will be coming up.
The world is projected to be less dependent on oil in the next few decades. In fact, in a few decades, it's estimated that we're going to go from needing about 90 million barrels of oil per day to just 24 million, which means if Qatar wants to stay rich, it has to diversify its economy solely that it is not so dependent on oil. That is why the country is bidding to host sporting events.
What type of leadership do you think we need, not only in our country, in South Africa, but in the rest of the continent, for us to live such? Yes, we've got challenges of our minerals being raped all the time and going to empower Western countries and Europe. Some of you guys who've traveled the world, you know how beautiful Europe looks. You know how beautiful America looks. And it is all because of our minerals. Our minerals that they have systematically over the past decades and decades and decades, if not centuries, put in systems to prevent us from using our own minerals to empower ourselves. What more do we need? We always say it's leadership. They always assassinate some of our greatest leaders with greatest ideologies. But what is it that a Middle Eastern country like Qatar is doing right? A country like Singapore annihilated poverty. It took them what, like less than 30 years? I stand to be corrected by some people say it took them 30 years, but according to my knowledge and research, it took them 20 to 25 years to eradicate poverty in a country like Singapore. Forget Singapore alone, even China. China was a very poverty-stricken country just a few decades ago, not even 100 years ago, like 50, 60, 70 years ago, China was horrible. But if you go look at China right now, so what do you think it is that a country like Qatar can do so much for its citizens that we can't do as Africans? Check out this video and let me know what you think. Let us meet in the comment section. Educate me, school me, Which is the best system to liberate Africans, not only South Africans? Okay, let's start with South Africans. Is it the socialist ideology? If you go to a country like Cuba, beautiful country, very authentic, but it's still very backwards. There isn't a lot of development in Cuba. Amazing human beings, amazing people, incredible doctors that get produced by that country. But still, the mentality in a country like Cuba is different from the rest of the world. You can go to Cuba and think they're still backwards, but that's how they like things to be. And then when you compare it and say, is this what a socialist system looks like? I don't know. Some of you guys who've been to Cuba would know better than I do. School me, educate me. What type of leadership system would change South Africa to be better? Angeni sifundisa, angeni sitshela, angeni ningihlakaniphise lapho ngoba mina ngihlakaniphanga ukundlula. Check out this video first and let's meet in the comment section.